Sean Evans here from Top 10 Real Estate Deals, and spooky season is here as orange pumpkins peek out from their withering vines and costume and props fly off the shelves in time for Halloween festive fun. But there's some doors that even the bravest of trick-or-treaters wouldn't dare to knock on, as we explore 10 of the world's most haunted houses. Stoke-on-Trent-born musician Robbie Williams, along with his wife Ada, purchased the Compton Bassett house in Wiltshire in 2009 for over $11 million. The house was back up for sale just a year later. The family discussed in detail about how spooky the home felt, and especially in Robbie's daughter's bedroom, where he eventually moved his daughter to another location within the home. This 1,000-year-old property is on the market priced at $9.2 million. A film that spawned nightmares across the globe, the iconic house of character Buffalo Bill from The Silence of the Lambs is available to stay in through Airbnb. Situated on almost 2 acres and measuring 2,400 square feet, the property contains 4 bedrooms and 1 bath. The home also contains an in-ground pool and a vintage caboose that's used as a pool house. The home went on the market at Halloween in 2020 and sold for $290,000, and lucky film lovers can stay in the property for $595 a night. The most haunted house in Ireland is up for sale, and according to legend, the devil himself visited the Tottenham Irish mansion in the mid-1700s and left in a ball of flames shooting up through the ceiling. No one knows if he really left though, as this handsome stranger arrived at the home one night until Lady Anne Tottenham noticed that the stranger had cloven hoofs instead of feet, upon which the devil quickly made his exit. Lady Anne never recovered from the incident and spent the rest of her life alone, driving herself crazy in this big old mansion. Built around 1350, this home includes 22 bedrooms on 63 acres and is up for sale for $2 million, along with the original door that the devil is said to have entered through in the 1700s. A Hollywood mystery that remains unsolved, as the Black Dahlia murders are notorious in Californian state. Suspicions of the home's previous owner, George Hodel, being involved are still rife to this day, as the Los Angeles doctor was suspected to be involved in the killing, mutilation and dismemberment of Elizabeth Short. The house was crafted by Lloyd Wright, son of Frank Lloyd Wright, and after a $2 million renovation brought the house back to its original splendor. The house was on the market in 2018 at $4.7 million and has been the backdrop for multiple Hollywood movies and TV shows such as Ghost Hunters and Paranormal America, and even an American Express commercial. The Gardette-LePretre Haunted Mansion, or more locally referred to as Sultan's House, has been photographed and heralded in articles from the time it was built in 1830. Having hosted the cream of New Orleans society from the beginning of its rich history, the home comes with a scary story. One morning, as neighbours were walking by the Sultan house, they saw blood trickling from under the front door. The police were notified and had to break into the house, only to find that all inhabitants had been murdered with swords or axes, and the Sultan was found brutalised and buried alive in the backyard. It was always felt that the murders were executed by his brother, the real Sultan, as retribution for the theft of his fortune and many of his wives. How much is local law and how much is true, we'll never know for sure. This is, after all, New Orleans. Only a block from Bourbon Street, the French Quarter-style home with 9 bedrooms and 10 baths most recently was on the market for $2.65 million and sold in 2013 for $2 million. Tourists once flocked to Uptop, Colorado to ride on the railway, which the railroad company advertised as the railroad above the clouds. Later, lumber companies moved in, and in 1930 the chapel by the wayside was built for that community. Unfortunately for Uptop, the railroad left in the early 1900s, and in the 1960s the new highway system bypassed the town, leaving just a ghost town. Recently restored by 2 sisters from Boston, the entire town went on the market in 2014 for $2 million, including a train depot, a dance hall, saloon and a chapel, and is still on the market but now priced at $1 million. During the construction of their new home next to a mysterious pile of ancient rocks in Arizona, a young couple from Washington discovered that they weren't the first people to live in the boulders. Pottery shards and rock carvings were dated by experts as far back as 1,000 years. Then they found something even more astonishing, a Stonehenge-type phenomenon that occurs on both the spring and fall equinoxes. A 6-inch wide beam of light that starts in the glass between 2 boulders and slowly works its way across the floor and up to the wall in a 36-inch spiral petroglyph. When the sun hits its mark, the stone projections light up like diamonds, but what does it mean? Some people think that it's a signal to the space creatures guiding the creatures to the Arizona desert. A dream home for archaeologists, historians, or even mystery lovers. The Boulder House on 9 acres consists of 4,380 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, and a great room with a massive fireplace that was recently for sale at $4.2 million. It was reportedly sold not long after the listing for almost $5 million. Magnolia Mansion is home to friendly ghosts that tease and play with all the guests that decide to stop over. Reports of a ghostly maid who will tuck you in at night, a child who walks the halls, and a bearded man who spends his time downstairs. A perfect place to hold your spectacular gatherings and ghostly galas. The Greek Revival mansion of over 13,300 square feet and 13 bedrooms could be changed back into a single family estate. It was sold for around $3 million and is an active B&B, event location, and friendly hauntings around Halloween. When it was built in 1895 for the president of Remington Arms and Typewriter Company, Carleton Manor was one of the grandest structures in all of New York. The solid stone outer structure sits on an island of 6.9 acres and is surrounded by almost 1,000 feet of waterfront. Today, that very same home is abandoned. For a mere $495,000, the buyer willing to make this piece of history into a grand restoration project can turn this home from a nightmare into a dream home. No longer on the market, the actual Amityville horror home was for sale in 2016, reduced from $1.15 million down to $850,000. The New York home where Ronald DeFeo got up in the middle of the night in 1974 and brutally murdered his parents and 4 siblings with a rifle while they slept. The home was occupied a year later by the Lewis family until they were forced to leave because of rampant paranormal activity. This 5,000 square foot home most recently sold in 2017 for just $605,000, and brave people are actually living in that home today. So, how many of you brave campers out there would be willing to stay in one of these 10 spooktacular properties? Let us know in the comments box below. I've been Sean Evans, you've been watching Top 10 Real Estate Deals, and stay tuned for every single Monday as we'll be bringing more properties right to this channel. And have a happy Halloween!